Hi, Jim Van Zandt, one of the pastors here at Carlisle United Methodist Church with Sermon in 3 Minutes. Last Sunday I read from the Bible a short passage from the book of Titus. It's a book we don't often read from. It's just a couple of pages long. It's one of the pastoral epistles. It was written by the Apostle Paul to his church leader by the name of Titus. Titus is a Gentile convert, followed Paul on his third missionary journey, and whom Paul left behind to stay in charge of some of the churches that he established during that third missionary journey. And in that letter, which is a letter not only of encouragement, but it's also a letter of instruction. And in this particular passage I read, it was for Titus to instruct some of the older men and women of his church congregation, the faithful, mature Christians, to live as an example for the younger ones so that they could see what mature Christianity looks like. It's odd because that I used Titus. It's even odder that I chose to use it on Mother's Day. That was last week here. And I used it as an opportunity to talk to the older women of our church, many of whom we couldn't be who we are without the older women and men of our congregation, but women in particular. We have a strong volunteer base of older women here, and I'm proud of every one of them because we need them. We need them desperately because of the wisdom they have to share. And I reminded the younger women on Sunday of that very wisdom that they need to hear, and men as well to hear that, because many of our older people have lived through things in their lives that we too as younger people will one day be facing. Many of them know what it is to be patient. They know what endurance is because they've lived through experiences that required them to have both of those things. Many of them weren't prepared for them when they went through those experiences of life. And we can learn from them by hearing their stories. And so I encourage some of our younger women's groups to invite some of our older women in from time to time to their meetings so that they can hear their stories, particularly hear their stories of when some may have been almost lost their own faith, but then found it again, because we're going to need those stories. You know, every generation needs the generation before it. We may think we don't need them. It's a real Western culture, American kind of thing to think that the only thing that's relevant in life is what is happening now or what's in the future, and we try to push the past a little bit out of the way. We do ourselves a great disservice when we hear that. We need our older, mature Christians to teach us, to show us what it looks like to be an older, mature Christian so that we can live our lives in that way, in the here and now. If you're an older, mature Christian, and I just want to encourage you to not sit in the shadows, but to come out and be part and active in whatever group you're a part of so that you have much to share, much to teach, and we have much to learn. God bless you. Thanks for watching Sermon in 3 Minutes. If you're ever in the area in Carlisle, stop by at one of our services. Introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you.